So Lumatone can be many different instruments in one. If you play more than one instrument, you know when you hop from one to the other, it's going to have you approaching music in a different way. Lumatone has 280 keys arranged in a hexagonal pattern. This unique design allows us to arrange notes with different colors and patterns, helping us to experience intervals differently and discover new melodies and chord progressions in different ways. Now you can dream up any layout you want, but Lumatone does ship with 3 official play modes, each mode representing a powerful new way to visualize and explore music. And these 3 play modes are known as Classic Mode, Melodic Mode, and Harmonic Mode. Now, while all 3 of these modes can be played microtonally, it is important to note that microtonality is just one of many musical frontiers that you can access on Lumatone. Many folks are discovering Lumatone for its ability just to shake up how we see music in general. And a lot of its power lies in these 3 play modes being what is called isomorphic, which means you can learn the shape or pattern of any chord or melody and retain that same shape anywhere on the board to play the same thing with a different root note. This weird magic enables what we call universal chord shapes. So today I'll give a little overview on all 3 of these play modes on Lumatone in the standard 12-tone tuning. So here we have Classic Mode. This has often been referred to by its historic name, the Bosanquet-Wilson layout. But whatever you call it, really what this is a standard piano layout, but with the added benefit of being isomorphic. So if you're familiar with a standard piano or keyboard layout, this is a great place to start. Notice we have a pattern of 7 naturals and 5 sharps, arranged just like a piano would. And the octave increases from left to right. So building chords with this mode will be familiar to many. If we wanted to play a C major 9 chord, we should start with the 1, the 3, the 5, the major 7, and the 9. But unlike a piano, we can take the shape of that chord and put it anywhere else to play another major 9 chord. We have repeating note patterns above and below this center row I've been using, which allows universal chord shapes to work anywhere you land. So Classic Mode isn't just great for anyone who's getting familiar with the Lumatone, but for anyone who's looking to perform as they would on a piano. Getting a piano layout with the added benefits of universal chord shapes is worth the price of admission alone. But if you are looking to shake up that muscle memory and get inspired and just see music from a different angle, the other 2 play modes will definitely do the trick. So let's now take a look at Melodic Mode. What you're looking at here is what we call Melodic Mode, historically referred to as Wiki Hayden. These 2 shades of blue here represent the naturals, and these orangey red ones represent our sharps. Now, unlike the Classic Mode and a standard keyboard layout, the octaves now increase as you move vertically up the board. So right off the bat, you can see how this will completely revamp your playing style. And while there are many different ways one could approach any of these play modes, Melodic Mode to me feels like how I might approach an instrument like a hammered dulcimer, somewhat more percussive with more of a focus on melody. But building chords and seeing their patterns is a great way to know where those notes and your melody sit. And there's a nice little trick for that. Building a major 9 here looks like so, with the 1, the major 3rd, the 5th, the major 7, and the 9. But check this out, the major 3rd and the major 7 sit to the right of our root note. But to play a minor chord, the minor 3rd and the minor 7 sit to the left of the root note. Major intervals to the right, minor intervals to the left. Another cool thing about this play mode is you'll find certain intervals are represented along each axis. We have the whole tones going up this axis, fifths up this axis, fourths up this axis, minor thirds up this axis, and we have octaves going up this vertical axis. And of course, because it's a Lumatone, the whole thing is isomorphic, so universal chord shapes make learning this and any of our play modes a breeze. Melodic mode becomes addictive quick. It doesn't take long to start coming up with musical ideas that probably wouldn't come about on classical mode. I was just talking to this producer and plugin manufacturer last month who was saying after 20 minutes of messing around with melodic mode, he was already coming up with more complex and expressive melodies than he had been after 20 years of messing around on piano keyboards. And that really is the whole point of these play modes, which brings us to our third play mode. Harmonic mode, historically known as the harmonic table, offers yet another way to explore music in new ways. It's really as if you picked up a whole new instrument. If melodic mode makes me feel like I'm playing a hammered dulcimer, I'd say harmonic mode almost makes me feel like I'm playing a harp in the way it flows. And what I just did there is a lot easier than you may think. Real quick, these blue notes are the naturals, with the exception of yellow being D, and these orange keys are the sharps, with the exception of green being G sharp. And octaves increase every third note up this axis. Intervals here all remain in super close proximity, so building that C major 9 in this layout is all contained within this space. The 1, the major 3rd, the 5th, the major 7, and the 9. And no need to stop there, you could add on a sharp 11, and 13. Knowing where those notes sit and the pattern it holds makes flowing through them up octaves super easy. Just get it in your mind what that pattern looks like and it'll start popping out at you as you move up octaves. And just like melodic mode, important intervals are represented along the different axes, allowing you to follow your nose in no time. We've got major thirds up this axis, fifths up this axis, minor thirds up this axis, and semitones across this axis. And finally, as always, harmonic mode is also isomorphic, so that major 9 shape can go anywhere else to play another major 9. So there's a bit of a high-level overview of the 3 play modes. When and how you decide to use these 3 play modes comes down to how they work for you. Some people find themselves just falling in love with one and spending most of their time there, while others find they use all 3 for specific parts in their writing process. Personally, that is how I like to use them. Maybe I want to start a track with classic mode to lay down a chord progression, then I could switch to melodic mode to add a top line, and move on to harmonic mode for those extra flourishes and touches. But there definitely are no rules here. Any of these 3 can be used in whichever way inspires you best. So all 3 of these play modes are powerful in their own way. Now you may find that you gravitate towards one more than the other, but I think the more you spend time with each, the more you'll find that they're just different tools in your tool belt that can inspire you at different points in your workflow. It's nice to have options. And while switching from, say, a guitar to a saxophone is going to have a pretty steep learning curve, having skill in one play mode will certainly transfer over to the other, while still allowing you to shake things up creatively. In the next few videos, I'll take deeper dives on each one of these play modes separately and showcase their individual strengths. But until then, thanks for watching.